Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Christoph. I am a tarot card reader, and currently I have a new YouTube channel that I recently started up here, and I'm going to be doing some tarot card reading for everyone today. If you'd like to find out more information about my readings, if you'd like to get a personal one-on-one reading with me beyond these live streams, you can find me at fiverr.com/rchristoph. Today we're going to be actually continuing. We were doing some streaming last night. We're going to be continuing from the streams that we were doing last night, and we're actually going through the tarot card deck right now, and we're taking a look at the cards one at a time, and we're going to be going through and reading all the card descriptions. And we started with half of the deck yesterday, and we're going to be continuing that today. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. I'm also going to type that in the chat. All right. And here we go. If anyone would like a tarot card reading live, feel free to type your question in the chat. So let's go ahead. We're going to move forward here. We're going to start doing our readings, and what I'm going to be doing, I'm actually going to be reading full descriptions of our tarot cards today, and yeah, let's find out. The goal for this is I'm actually going to be turning this into shorter videos. I haven't actually seen anybody doing readings where they provide the full description for cards, and that's what I'm doing here now. And the card that we basically picked next was the Seven of Swords. So let's go ahead and read the full description for the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords represents deception, trickery, and turning a blind eye. Deception is at work here. You might feel pressured to be dishonest in order to achieve your ambitions. Whoop, hold on, let's start that again. The Seven of Swords represents deception, trickery, and turning a blind eye. Deception is at work here. You might feel pressured to be dishonest in order to achieve your ambitions, hoping that these lies have gone unnoticed. This card is a warning of how difficult that can be. The Empress represents motherhood, fertility, and nature. She is the symbol of the feminine principle, a representation of Venus and Mother Earth. She is nurturing, fertile, and a provider. There is something to her that suggests a mother figure as well. And here we go, the Devil card. The Devil card represents excess, materialism, and playfulness. It represents the fears, obsessions, and insecurities that hold humanity back from reaching their true potential. Two souls are enslaved by the beast, a mere image to the lovers, but their bonds are not those that are physical or real. This is a major arcana card, a trump card, and it points to a life's journey. The next card that we have here is the King of Cups. The King of Cups represents a messenger, romance, and adventure. A man who is in touch with his emotions and intuition and is able to channel them into action. It can signal an arrival and an invitation into something that will be the cause of celebration. Cup cards traditionally represent emotions, feelings, and relationships. Cards that feature. Whoops, I read the wrong one. All right, this is the king. Okay. The King of Cups represents compassion, control, and balance. A man whose greatest quality is the ability to control, balance, and master his emotions. He is not empty of feeling, but rather full of them. Only he understands when and where they are appropriate and beneficial, and when they are harmful. He is a man of compassion, diplomacy, and generosity. Cup cards traditionally represent emotions, feelings, and relationships. When kings are featured in cards, it represents the master, the executor. He controls the reins. He controls and reigns supreme over his suit, bringing its power to action. And now we're moving on to the World card. Let's see what the full meaning for the World card is, shall we? The world represents fulfillment, harmony, and completion, absolute unity and perfection, accomplishment that draws from the inner and outer sources. This card signals the harmony of the inner and outer worlds and reaching a level of enlightenment. An era of one's life is complete, and there is joy and celebration that is coming to welcome it. Okay. This is a major arcana card. It is a trump card and it points to a life's journey. Let's talk about the strength card right now. We're going through all the cards here. Let's check this out. The strength card represents bravery, compassion, focus, and inner strength. A great deal of inner understanding that radiates power. Along with the power, there is also compassion. Thus, the relationship between the woman and the lion is not one of force, but balance between them. This is a major arcana card, also known as a trump card, and it points to a life's journey. The next card that we have here is the Three of Pentacles. Let's go ahead and check this out. The Three of Pentacles represents teamwork, collaboration, and building. Several people of varying skills and beliefs work together to join in a greater cause. Teamwork helps to create something new. Progression is swift. Pentacle cards represent earthly, material, and sensuality. Cards that feature three represent growth, creativity, and expression. Let's talk about the Fool card. The Fool card represents innocence, new beginnings, and a free spirit. The major arcana tells the story of an individual's path towards completion. Being the first card, the Fool, therefore, is a blank slate, a representation of purity and innocence of a child that knows nothing of the world. New journeys are signaled here, and the Fool is full of exuberance and energy. He does not know the dangers that beset him during his travels, and thus he stumbles forward with complete optimism, never suspecting that he may be walking on a thin, tight rope. This is a major arcana card, also known as a trump card, and it points to a life's journey. We got the Two of Swords right now. Let's go ahead and check out the Two of Swords and its meaning. The Two of Swords represents difficult choices, indecision, and a stalemate. Being at a crossroads, this is a moment when you must make a difficult choice. One path closes, the other, and your decision is hanging in perfect equilibrium and balance, making the choice ever more difficult. There is no clear winner, but to progress, one must take a stand. Sword cards usually represent logic, ideas, and intellect. Cards that feature the number 2 represent decisions, balance, and partnership. Now, right now, I'm going through the tarot in this video, and I'm actually recording these videos, going through the various cards, just for the purposes of editing it into another video. But I thought I'd do this as a live stream to see if there is anybody out there that is interested in a live reading. You can get a live reading from me at fiverr.com/rchristoff. If you're watching this live right now, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, and you can actually type a question in the chat right now while I'm live. If you're watching this as a repeat later, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do live streams often, and to get notified, that's the best way to do it. Or you can visit me at fiverr.com/rchristoff, and you can order a paid one-on-one private reading from me. Let's look at the next card that I have here. And this one is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords represents betrayal, backstabbing, and defeat. Disaster strike when one least expects it. It is swift and, in this case, unavoidable. Something here is beyond your control, leaving you with a feeling that you are a victim of your circumstances. Sword cards typically represent logic, ideas, and intellect, and cards that feature the number 10 represent completion, finality, and renewal. The next card that we have here is another doozy. This one is the Tower. Let's go ahead and find out the full description for the Tower. The Tower represents sudden upheaval, pride, disaster, and inevitable destruction, and the breakdown of something in our lives which we consider fundamental. Reminiscent of the Tower of Babel, which was built upon far reaching human ambition, creating an artificial comfort in our lives. But there is always an upside. When the tower levels, not only do we uncover our own hidden resilience, but we can also rebuild anew with greater inner insight. This is a major arcana card, also known as a trump card, and it points to a life's journey. The next card that we have here is the Four of Swords. And let's check this out. The Four of Swords represents rest, restoration, and contemplation. Rest after a period of intense struggle and heartbreak. Much has been lost recently, but this card indicates that one is in recovery from that challenge. The message being conveyed is that in order to move forward and rejoin life, we must pause and look within. Sword cards typically represent logic, ideas, and intellect, and cards that feature the number 4 represent stability, application, and formation. Now we're going to look at the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles represents efficiency, hard work, and routine. A man of utmost diligence, he knows what he wants and is relentless in the pursuit of it. He is a hard worker completing his mission with complete and terrible efficiency. Although his path is long and hard, filled with tasks that might be repetitive and trying, giving up is not an option. Cards that feature pentacles typically represent earthly materials and sensuality. Cards that also feature knights represent the messenger, the deliverer of news. He brings his suit outward towards the world. Now we're going to take a look at the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles represents hard work, perseverance, and diligence. An immense amount of work has been done, and the effort that has been put in previously is now ready to be harvested. Although the crop is ready, there is still more work, and it is now a time of focus and diligence before one can reap the rewards. Pentacle cards represent earthly materials and sensuality. Cards that feature the number 7 represent spirituality, wisdom, and exploration. If anybody's interested in getting a live reading, I'm doing live readings right now. I'm actually reading cards. I thought it would be fun to run this as a live stream while I was doing my recording tonight for other videos that I'm going to be posting on my channel. But if you are watching this live, you can actually put a question in the chat. Be happy to answer any of your questions live. And if you are watching this as a repeat later, feel free to check out fiverr.com/rchristoph, where I do paid readings and one-on-one private paid readings on there. Yeah. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel here. And you never know, I might be doing a live stream again soon, and you don't want to miss that notification. Let's move on to our next card, and this is the Five of Pentacles. We seem to be getting a lot of pentacles in a row now. And let's check this out. The Five of Pentacles represents need, poverty, and insecurity. A time of need and desperation sometimes signals difficulties with one's relationship to money, but this card also signals that there is help available if one chooses only to see and acknowledge it. Cards with pentacles represent earthly material, sensuality, and cards that feature the number 5 represent conflict, change, and expansion. Let's take a look at our next card, and we're getting upbeat finally. Here we go. The Ace of Pentacles. Still a Pentacles card. I'm getting a lot of those right now. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles represents opportunity, prosperity, and new ventures. This card represents the spark of a new opportunity in the realms of all that is earthly, matter, body, and even wealth. The world brought forth by this card is fertile and full of abundance, bringing opportunity and prosperity. Cards that feature pentacles represent earthly material, sensuality, and cards that feature aces represent beginnings, potential, and new initiatives. We're almost done all these cards. We're getting there. I started doing this actually last night. We did a live stream last night. We're going through all the cards, and I'm actually recording this for another video. If you are interested in asking me a question, I will do a live reading at any time. All you have to do is type a message in the box on the side. If you're watching this as a repeat, do subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified the next time I do a live stream. And if you want to get a reading right away, you can go to fiverr.com/rchristoff. I offer paid private readings on fiverr.com, and they're pretty damn good. Let's take a look at our next card, the Star. The star represents hope, faith, and rejuvenation. After the collapse of the tower, the star suggests the possibility of rebirth, rejuvenation, and overall hope. It is a phase in which one has trust and faith in oneself and in the universe around them. This is a major arcana card, a trump card, and it points to a life's journey. The next card that we have here is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords represents imprisonment, powerlessness, and self victimization. The woman in the card is restrained and trapped and indicates that she feels like there is no way out. But these feelings of helplessness are actually one that is caused by a belief in one's own victimization. Cards with swords in it represents logic, ideas, and intellect, and cards that feature the number 8 represent action, change, and regeneration. If anybody's watching this live stream live, I'm going through all the cards in the tarot deck, reading their full meaning. I'm doing this for another video, but if you're interested in getting your own reading live right now, all you have to do is type a message in the box on the side, and I'd be happy to do that reading for you. If you're watching this as a repeat, do subscribe to my channel to be notified the next time I am doing a live stream. And if you want to get a reading right now, you can go to fiverr.com/rchristoff. I do a lot of great readings on there as a paid service. Let's take a look at our next card. This is the Moon. Okay. Another higher level card in the tarot. The Moon represents the unconscious, illusions, and intuition. Night is a time when dreams and fantasies rule. The Moon also represents instincts that we have buried in our unconscious. They come out to play in the moonlight. But the reflections that we see springing forth can also be illusions. It is easy to lose your way in the dark. This is a major arcana card, a trump card, and it points to a life's journey. Okay, let's move on to our next card. If you're actually watching this video right now, I am doing live readings here on YouTube. I'm also recording while I wait for those questions to come in. I am recording the meanings of every card. I started last night, got halfway through the tarot card deck, and I'm continuing to read the meanings of the cards through the tarot card deck. If you're interested in getting a free live tarot card reading, simply write a message over on the right-hand side. All you have to do is be a subscriber to my channel, and you can type in information over there. Until I get a question tonight, I'm going to just keep going through and giving the full meaning of the tarot cards. Okay. I will be editing these together, these tarot card meanings, and posting them on my channel eventually. I haven't actually found anybody that's listed all the different tarot card meanings on YouTube, so I thought, why not do it myself? Okay. So the next card that we have is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords represents unbridled ambition, winning at all cost, and sneakiness. Victory has been achieved, though it has come with a subtle consequence. By taking from your opponents their ability to fight back in some form or fashion, you might have also created resentment. Your actions have isolated you from those who would be helpful to you later on. Cards that feature swords represent logic, ideas, and intellect, and cards that feature the number 5 represent conflict, change, and expansion. Let's check out the 6 of Pentacles and see what the meaning of that card is. I'm reading the full description of these cards. And let's check this out now. The 6 of Pentacles represents charity, generosity, and sharing. Compassion and understanding breeds generosity, sharing, and charity. One gives away the fruits of one's labor with the understanding that the situation of having the upper hand can be reversed at any moment. Pentacles represent earthly, material sensuality, and cards that feature the number 6 represent cooperation, harmony, and compassion. Let's take a look at the next card. This one is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords represents curiosity, relentlessness, and mental energy. The Page of Swords represents someone embarking on a new idea or a mental adventure. Full of enthusiasm and good cheer, this person is eager to share and discuss their thoughts and plans for what can be. Cards that feature swords represent logic, ideas, and intellect, and cards that feature pages represent the child, the new spark, the holder of energy, and his suit. Let's take a look at the next card. Wands. The Seven of Wands represents perseverance, defensiveness, and maintaining control. Even with success, the battle is never over. After achieving a victory and a higher position, one must also put up a defense against the many competitors that wrench away your laurels. Cards that feature wands represent passion, desire, and will, and cards that feature the number 7 represent spirituality, wisdom, and exploration. If there's anybody watching the live stream right now, if you're interested in asking me a live question about my tarot card reading, you can do so just by typing into the box to the side there. If you're subscribed to my channel, you can type in there. All you have to do is subscribe, and I'd be happy to do a free reading for you now. If you're not watching the live stream, you're watching this as a repeat. You can also go to fiverr.com/rchristoff. I do paid readings on there, and I do them at any time. I will reply to you within 24 hours or less with a personal reading. All you have to do is select one of my readings, make the order, and ask a question. I'm also going to be doing more live streams here on YouTube, so if you are subscribed, you'll get notification. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm going through and I am reading the full meanings of every card in the tarot deck. I'll be editing this video together into smaller chunks and posting it on YouTube later. I started last night, continuing it today, looking to get through the rest of the cards. And let's go ahead and go into our next one while I wait for another question to appear on the side. Let's go ahead and look at the full meaning of the Two of Wands. Starting to move into a way forward. The man beholds the materials in which he can make his designs come true. Cards that feature wands represent passion, desire, and will, and cards which feature the number 2 represent decisions, balance, and partnership. We do have a question. Just enjoying listening to. Oh yeah, okay, great. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Absolutely. Feel free to listen. I'm gonna keep going. I'm doing the second half of the deck right now. So absolutely. I'm gonna keep moving on. You can keep listening. I'm gonna keep reading the descriptions for these. As I said, I'm gonna be editing this into separate videos later. The next card that we have here is the Knight of Swords. So let's go ahead and I'll give you the full description for the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords represent action, speed, and ambition. The power of an idea to overwhelm is represented by by the Knight of Swords. Filled with the vision of an idea, he is propelled forward with unbridled ambition. Though his energy is great, there is also a warning associated with being unconscious about consequences and obstacles. Cards that feature swords represent logic, ideas, and intellect. And if your card features a knight, it represents the messenger, the deliverer of news, and he brings his suit outward towards the world. Okay, let's take a look at the next one that we have here. Ooh, this is the Six of Swords. And let's talk about this card right now. The Six of Swords, the Six of Swords represents transition, leaving behind and moving on. A journey far from home has been indicated by past sorrows, but this journey is something that must be undertaken in order to move ahead. You are leaving a painful place and are going into a distant environment that promises more potential. Cards that feature swords represent logic, ideas, and intellect, and cards that feature the number 6 represents cooperation, harmony, and compassion. All right, here we go. Let's go on to the next card. The next card that we have here is the Queen of Swords. Another sword card. The Queen of Swords represents complexity, perceptiveness, and clear mindedness. A woman of immense complexity, sometimes considered cold hearted, but also sharp of mind and wit, independent, and possessing greater powers of organization and analysis. Cards that feature swords represent logic, ideas, and intellect, and cards that feature queens represent the keeper, the influencer, and she masters the energy of her suit and subtly brings them to others. All right. Move on to our next one here. This one is the Four of Wands. Let's talk about the Four of Wands. Give the full description for this one. The Four of Wands represents community, home, and celebration. A celebration of harmony, happiness, and good relationships. It is a time of peace after a period of hard work. The Four of Wands usually indicates this. I'm going to start that over. I got to use this for a video I'm going to be putting together later. And if I goof up halfway through, it's not good. The Four of Wands represents community, home, and celebration. A celebration of harmony, happiness, and good relationships. It is a time of peace after a period of hard work. The Four of Wands usually indicates this in regards to family, large groups of people. Wand cards represents passion, desire, and will, and cards that feature the number 4 represent stability, application, and formation. Okay, here we go. Let's go on to the next one here. And this one is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups represents apathy, contemplation, and disconnectedness. Being so deep in contemplation and thought, you might sometimes ignore the gifts that the world gives you. Potential joys are laid at your feet and ignored. Even though your intentions may be noble, you run the risk of treating the world with apathy. Cards that feature cups represents emotions, feelings, and relationships, and cards that feature the number 4 represent stability, application, and formation. We're getting there. We're running low on cards now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. This is the Hangman. Hangman is actually like a higher level card in the tarot. The Hanged Man represents sacrifice, release, and martyrdom. Though the hangman is swinging upside down, the serenity of the expression on his face seems to communicate that he is doing this of his own free will. The hangman understands the value of self sacrifice. One must take a step backwards in order to move ahead. This is a major arcana card, a trump card, and it points to a life's journey. Here's a good one coming up next. This is a nice one. And this is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups represents unity, partnership, and two becoming one, signaling a union and a partnership of balance, honor, and respect. The ancient symbol that represents energy, passion, sex, and the intermingling of opposite forces. Cards that feature cups represent emotions, feelings, and relationships, and cards that feature the number 2 represents decisions, balance, and partnerships. Let's go take a look at the next card that we have here, and this is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands represents action, adventure, and fearlessness. This person is a man of action. He represents the manifestation of an idea and the passionate pursuit of a vision. Because this person is highly focused on action, he can also be brash, impulsive, and unrealistic. Cards that feature wands represent passion, desire, and will, and cards that feature knight represent the messenger, the deliverer of news. He brings his suit outward towards the world. Okay, let's see what our next card is. We got the Chariot. This is another high level card in the tarot. The Chariot represents direction, control, and willpower. At times, success and victory is a result of pure willpower and self control. To achieve and accomplish what you desire, you must take the reins and harness the chaotic forces that surround you. This is a major arcana card, also known as a trump card, and it points to a life's journey. Okay, it looks like we only have about 4 cards left or so, and then I've gone through the whole deck. It's wild. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles represents education, apprenticeship, and achievement. This card stresses the importance of hard work and diligence in accomplishing your goals. It indicates a time to buckle down, study, achieve new skills in order. Sorry, I got to start that again. I'm editing these into videos, so I got to get a solid take for each one. The Eight of Pentacles represents education, apprenticeship, and achievement. This card stresses the importance of hard work and diligence in accomplishing your goals. It indicates a time to buckle down, study, achieve new skills in the name of being able to change your circumstances. Pentacles represent earthly materials and sensuality. Cards that feature the number 8 represent action, change, and regeneration. Okay, we only got 3 cards left. Yeah, the Chariot. If I see somebody else has joined the live stream, if you are interested in getting a reading, all you have to do is type a question into the box on the side. Uh, Here we go. In layman's terms, if you had to break down to your best friend, and how would you describe this card? Someone rushing in, or the journey? Hmm. We're talking about the Chariot. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the Chariot because you're asking. When I do the Chariot actually has more meanings. When you're actually, I'm just reading the stock description, but when you're actually doing a reading for somebody and you're intuitive, you can pick up on the energy of the card. Some of the things that I always mention about the Chariot is you can see that there's actually two sphinxes that are actually pulling the Chariot. So beyond the Chariot representing, like, to basically take control of your situation, take control of your life by basically driving it in a positive direction. Because there's two different sphinxes, you actually have the opportunity to drive in one of two different directions. So not only does the Chariot kind of represent like taking the reins and taking control of your life, it also represents kind of driving your life in one direction or another. So depending on the decision that you make to the direction that you're driving towards, you could be driving in a positive direction or a negative direction, or simply having to make kind of like one of two choices. Okay, I think that hopefully that answered your question. If not, you can type in another question. Happy to answer any questions while I'm doing these. And we only got 3 left, so if you do have questions, feel free to ask them. The next card that I'm doing here is the Ace of Swords. Okay. The Ace of Swords represents victory, raw strength, and a sharp mind. The potential for immense power and success, but remember that the sword is double-edged. Depending on who wields it, its power can be used to shelter and protect, or mercilessly strike down for cold and ruthless self gain. Cards that feature swords represent logic, ideas, and intellect, and ace cards represent beginnings, potential, and new initiatives. Okay. And yeah, I'm live streaming right now. I just got 2 cards left before I'm done with what I need to do. I'm actually using this live stream to record me reading the meanings of each cards. I'm going to be actually editing that into shorter videos and putting that on my channel over time. But I do plan to do live streams often. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do, and you'll be notified when I do the next live stream. And if you're interested in getting a private one-on-one reading from me, I am a higher level tarot card reader on Fiverr.com. You can find me at Fiverr.com/rChristoph. And yeah, you can order a reading from me, and I usually get those orders in 24 hours or less. So, okay. I got two cards left. Let's go ahead and go to the next one here. Once again, anybody that's watching, if you do have a question, feel free to put it in the chat. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel to type in there. Okay, great. Let's look at the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups represents compassion, calm, and comfort. A figure in your life that is nurturing, compassionate, and able to instinctively understand the emotions of others. Because of this, they are usually generous and kind hearted. Cards that feature cups represent emotions, feelings, and relationships. Cards that feature queens represent the keeper, the influencer, and she masters the energy in her suit and subtly brings them to others. One more card, and that is it for me for this stream for tonight. I've been doing this over the course of 2 nights, reading all of the tarot card descriptions as I recorded, and I thought, why not do that as a live stream? I will be doing other live streams where I'm going to be doing various readings and that sort of things. So do subscribe if you haven't already. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. This is kind of a downer card to end on, but it is the last card in the deck. This is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups represents loss, grief, and disappointment. This card signifies the despair and sadness associated with loss. Three of the cups are overturned, but two of them are still upright, indicating that there is still a chance to salvage what has been lost. Cards that feature cups represent emotions, feelings, and relationships, and cards that feature the number 5 indicate conflict, change, and expansion. That's just about it for me on this live stream. If there is anybody that has any questions, I will be hanging in here for just a little while longer. If you are interested in getting your own private one-on-one reading from me, I'm a higher level tarot card reader on Fiverr.com. You can find me at fiverr.com/rchristoph, or just search rchristoph on Fiverr.com. I recently started up this YouTube account that I have here. And I have a number of great videos, some meditation videos, some great kind of sleeping and meditation and relaxation music. I also have some fun tarot card reading videos on here if you want to check it out. Thanks so much for everybody who participated in tonight's recording. I will be coming on here and doing another live stream soon. And do keep an eye on that. If you're watching this as a repeat, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to be notified the next time I do a live stream or post another video. Thanks so much, and see you next time.